going to discuss about this important historical figure whose name is Babu Veer Kunwar Singh. And this is the picture which I have collected as a reference to demonstrate here, but I don't know how far this picture is correct. So let us know about his background. His full name is Babu Veer Kunwar Singh. Sibling successor was Babu Amar Singh. So in 1777 he was born on 13th November in the family of Maharaja Shahabzada Singh and Maharani Panchratan Devi of the Ujjaina clan of the Parmar Rajputs of Jagdishpur of the Shahabat, now known as Bhojpur district in the state of Bihar. In 1826, father's death in 1826, Kunwar Singh became the Talukdar of Jagdishpur. Talukdar here means he was the landlord, that means Zamindar. So in 1857, Kunwar Singh left his ancestral village and reached Lucknow in December 1857, where he met with other rebel leaders. Rebel, that means the revolutionaries who were against the Britishers in 1857. So there were many of them, which in 1858 in March he occupied Azamgarh, which is in UP, and managed to repel the initial British attempt to take the area. Thus the British were defeated and the area of Azamgarh was under the control of Veer Kunwar Singh. Further, in 1858 he fought his last battle on 23rd April near Jagdishpur, and the troops under the control of the East India Company were completely routed. So finally in 1858, on 26th April, he died in his own village, that is Jagdishpur. So let us know about the facts and the weapons that he used for fighting against the British during his period. So before we go with the discussion, see this picture where you will see Veer Kunwar Singh is along with his revolutionaries. This is the present map, which is not exact to the scale, but 38 districts are shown here, and it is this place from where Kunwar Singh had started his revolt, that is Bhojpur, this one, number 7, and the capital of Bhojpur is Ara, now known as Ara, and earlier it was known as Shahabad. And this was the map where you can see this location where I am indicating is the place where Veer Kunwar Singh was crossing river Ganga at night, and there he was, and he got injured on his hand, so he had cut off his hand and drained in the river of Ganga. And this is that place where the Britishers had attacked him, Shivpur Ghat. So now let us understand all about him in this chapter. You must have remembered Subhadra Kumari Chauhan in Jhansi Ki Rani of previous class. In that poem she had mentioned about Thakur Kunwar Singh, and the poem is like this. In this freedom Mahayagya, many brave people came to work, such as Nana Dhupant Tantia, Clever Azimullah, Surname Ahmad Shah Maulvi, Thakur Kunwar Singh, Sainik Abhiram, whose names will remain immortal in the history of India. So you have remembered now. Now let us move ahead. The information about the same hero Kunwar Singh of freedom struggle is being given here. The widespread armed rebellion of 1857 shook the roots of British Empire or rule in India. The rebellion or the revolt started against the repression policy, the policy which was not liked by the Indians, which the British rule started in India. And the first martyr was Mangal Pandey, who was hanged on 8th April 1857 for rebelling against the British in Barakpur in March 1857. On 10th May 1857, Indian troops in Meerut agitated strongly against the British officer and marched directly towards Delhi, together with the troops stationed in Delhi. That means almost some of the troops were already there in the Delhi, and the troops which were marching from Meerut, they came to meet each other in Delhi and stormed and captured Delhi. And by that time, Bahadur Shah Zafar was the Mughal Empire ruling Delhi. So he was overthrown by these revolutionaries. And finally, what happened? Delhi was captured on 11th May, declared the last Mughal ruler Bahadur Shah Zafar as the ruler of India. This rebellion spread far and wide like a wildfire which cannot be controlled. It was spreading wildly everywhere in every corner of India. For many months, the rebels occupied vast tracts of northern and central India. Apart from Delhi, where the most fierce war taken place, that was the centers were the important centers for revolutions or the revolts were Kanpur, Lucknow, Bareilly, Bundelkhand and Ara. These were the places where highly fearful war was going, or you can say the revolt was going against the British East India Company. Along with this, the revolters were Nana Sahib, Tantia Top, Bhakt Khan, Azimullah Khan, Rani Lakshmi Bai, Begum Hazrat Mahal, Kunwar Singh, Maulvi Ahmadullah, Bahadur Khan, and Rao Tularam were among the main leaders of local rebellion in many other parts of the country. So we can see now that many of them were not only from the national but from the local also. They are driving out the Britishers. They were totally not happy at all with the government policy of East India Company, and they were fighting, they were seeing the Britishers. The 1857 movement was a firm step towards attaining independence. So we can say that this movement of 1857 was the first war of India independence, which is also known as Sepoy Mutiny. Later, the 1850 slowly it connected whole Indian, the unity of all people, and all of them they were fighting for the independence from the British. This movement also has special significance. The importance of this movement, that means the revolt of 1857, it is having very much important in attaining the independence of our country in the direction of increasing communal harmony in India. This movement had brought every people of different caste, race, sex together. They were fighting for one cause, that is to get the freedom and independence from the British tyranny. So now we are going to know more information what were the contribution of our brave leader from Bihar, Veer Kunwar Singh. Veer Kunwar Singh's name in the 1857 movement is notable in many respects. So his contribution and name is in many respects very important to the revolt of 1857. Veterans like Kunwar Singh fought bravely against the British rule. He was the man of 80 years age. Just imagine, he was a man but had a brave heart and never had the back turn. He always moved forward and tried. So he was the man who had contributed like other leaders for the 1857 movement. There is not much information about the childhood of Veer Kunwar Singh. It is said that Kunwar Singh was born in 1782 AD in Jagdishpur. This is the name of his village of Shahabad district in Bihar, which I have already reminded you that Shahabad district now presently known as Ara district. I mean Ara as the capital of Bhojpur. His father Shahabzada Singh was a zamindar of the princely state of Jagdishpur, but he had to struggle a lot to gain his zamindari. Why he had to struggle a lot to get his zamindari? because the Britishers were implemented the rule which was taking maximum taxes and restrictions were on their land holdings. That's why his father had to struggle a lot to gain his zamindari. Due to family complication, Kuwar Singh's father could not take proper care of him in his childhood. But later on, it was only after returning to Jagdishpur village that he was able to properly arrange for Kuwar Singh's education. So this was little bit about his family background. So Kuwar Singh's father, along with being brave, was a person of self-respect and generous nature. That means he was a good person. Not only he was a zamindar but a kind-hearted person. His personality also had an impact on Kuwar Singh. The reflection of father was on his son also. The reflection of Kuwar Singh's father was on him also. So Kuwar Singh's education was initiated by his father at home. So father had arranged for Kuwar Singh to study at home. While he was studying Hindi, he learned Sanskrit and Persian too. But more than reading and writing, Kuwar Singh was more interested in horse riding, fencing and wrestling. So these were his skills that he had during the educating himself, that means during learning period. Babu Kuwar Singh took over the responsibility of his princely state in 1827 after the death of his father. At that time, what happened? The tyranny British rule was at its peak, that means it was at the highest point. This was causing fierce dissatisfaction among the people against the British rule. So all the people were not liking the British rule. Agriculture, industry and trade were in a very bad condition. Why? Because Britishers had applied the policy that the Britisher goods should be. Why? Because the Britishers had imposed heavy taxes on the agricultural products, industry and trade, and it was not taken care by the British. That's why our agriculture, industry and trade was in bad condition. So the courts of the princely states were also abolished. So the Britisher, that means the East India Company, had passed the law which abolished the holdings of the princely states. Indians were denied important and high jobs in their own country. These were the policy that the Britishers somehow they had implemented, that the Indians were not getting their own jobs in their own country. They were not given the freedom to move in their country. This created a situation of nationwide struggle against British power. So in such a situation, one man stood, that was Kuwar Singh, pledged to take the iron from the British rule. In the jungles of Jagdishpur, there used to be a proven saint named Basurya Baba. Basurya Baba, he was the one who instilled a sense of patriotism and independence in Kuwar Singh. So we can say Basurya Baba was the motivator and cultivator the feelings of patriotism and independence in Kuwar Singh. He made active plans of revolt by visiting places like Banaras, Mathura, Kanpur, Lucknow. He was remaining very active from 1845 to 1846 and secretly planned a revolt against the British rule. So this was his plan and skills which was used against the Britishers. He chose the famous Sonpur fair of Bihar to plan his secret meetings. See the skill of Kuwar Singh. He had selected the famous place of Sonpur fair, which is considered the largest cattle fair in Asia. Till today, this fair is held on the occasion of Kartik Purnima. It is also known for the purchase and sale of elephants. In those historical fairs, people gathered for those days to make plans about the revolution. So the leaders, the rebellioners, were meeting in this fairs to carry on with their plans. Finally, on 25th July 1857, the troops of Danapur revolted and soldiers crossed the Sun River and marched towards Ara. He already had contact with Kuwar Singh. That means the troops who were coming from Danapur had already in touch with Kuwar Singh. All the rebel soldiers of this Mukti Wahani chanting Kuwar Singh. They were praising the name of Kuwar Singh. Reached Ara and broke the bars of the jail and freed the prisoners. On 27th July 1857, Kuwar Singh conquered Ara. The soldiers gave him a military salute, although Kuwar Singh had grown old. Old here means only 80 years. It was old only, but he was very brave. But he was very brave, okay? Very brave knight. The old knight became ready for war even at this stage, and Ara became an important center of revolution. Flame of this battle of Danapur and Ara in Bihar rose high. He had spread everywhere, but due to lack of discipline in the indigenous soldier cooperation of the local zamindars with the British, and lack of modern weapons, the fall of Jagdishpur could not be stopped. This was unfortunate or unlucky part which he was facing at the time of revolution. So on 13th August, Kuwar Singh's army was defeated by the British at Jagdishpur. Finally, Kuwar Singh's army was defeated by the British at Jagdishpur, but this did not break the confidence of our Veer Kuwar Singh. The confidence that he was having, he did not give up, and he was ready to plan for the future war. He wanted to meet the other leaders of the revolution and carry on this freedom fight. Kuwar Singh went from Sasaram via Mirzapur to Rewa, Kalpi, Kanpur and Lucknow. So his master plan was this. He made a master plan and went from Sasaram, that I will be showing you in the map. Where is this Sasaram? So here we are with the map. Sasaram, you can see here 28 number, Rohtas. This is the place from where he carried out his master plan, and then this is the geographical map of that period, how he carried out his plan, and in the blue or dark lining you can see that he had carried out his plan. And what happened after that, let us see. So there was no peace in Lucknow, so Babu Kuwar Singh left for Azamgarh, that means in Uttar Pradesh. They kept this fire of freedom burning equally everywhere. The same sentiment for rebelling the British was going on. His fame spread across North India. The British were blown away by this victory journey of Kuwar Singh. The soldiers of many places and the king fought under the subordination of Kuwar Singh. So under his leadership, the soldier won many wars against the Britishers. His journey of freedom continued. People joined and fought under his leadership. Thus he reached Lucknow, demonstrating successful military strategy with the cooperation of the soldiers of Gwalior and Jabalpur. So under the leadership and military commander, he was successful at the age of 80 in defeating the British army. His aim was to go towards Azamgarh, to attack the enemies of Allahabad and Banaras, and to finally conquer Jagdishpur once again. A fierce battle ensued between the British and Kuwar Singh's army. He captured Azamgarh on 22nd March 1858. The British again invaded Azamgarh. Kuwar Singh once again defeated the British at Azamgarh too. Thus defeating the English army, Veer Kuwar Singh reached Jagdishpur on 23rd April 1858, hoisting the victory flag of independence. But this old lion, that means Babu Veer Kuwar Singh, did not get the privilege of enjoying this victory for a long time. On the same day celebrating Vijay, people took off the Union Jack, the flag of the British, and hoisted their flag. Then what happened? 3 days after this, on 26th April 1858, this hero departed from this world and left his immortal story. The freedom fighter Veer Kunwar Singh was fully skilled in the art of war. So how skillful he was, we have understood in the planning that he had made against the Britishers. He had mastery in guerrilla warfare. That means he was very skilled in guerrilla warfare, or you can say fights, guerrilla fights. The English general was unable to understand Kunwar Singh's tactics, the tricks that the Kunwar Singh was using for fighting the war against the British. The enemy had to either run away from them or die cut off. That is what called guerrilla warfare. In the freedom struggle of 1857, the edge of the sword with which they killed the English army, its glow is still inscribed on the pages of Indian history. There are many stories about his bravery. So you can see and read about Kunwar Singh in many of the Indian history. What was his contribution to the revolt of 1857? It is said that once Veer Kunwar Singh had to cross the Gangas with his army. The English army was relentlessly following him. That means without any break, they were following Kunwar Singh's army. But Kunwar Singh was no less clever. They spread the rumor that they would cross their army on elephants near Balia. What was then? English commander Douglas reached the banks of the Gangas near Balia with a large army and waited for the brave soldier Kunwar Singh's and his army arrivals. Kunwar Singh drove his army across the Gangas at a place called Shivrajpur, 7 miles from Balia. When Douglas was informed of this incident, he reached Shivrajpur while running, but the entire army of Kunwar Singh had crossed the Gangas. One last boat was left and Kunwar Singh was aboard the same. British commander Douglas got good chance. He started firing bullets. Then a bullet piercing the wrist of Kunwar Singh's left hand came out. Kunwar Singh felt that now his hands had become useless and the poison of the bullet would also spread. At that moment, he looked at Ganga Maiya with soulful eyes and cut off his left hand and offered it to Ganga Maiya. Kunwar Singh said in his bright voice, that means in a strong voice, "Oh Ganga, my mother, accept this unbelievable offering of your beloved," that means of your son. Not only did Veer Kunwar Singh take on the British rule, he also did many social works and donated land for Ara district school, on which the school building was constructed. Now at present you can see. It is said that their economic condition was not very good, yet they helped the poor people. He had provided many facilities in his area, one of them being the construction of Ara Jagdishpur Road and Ara Balia Road. At that time, people dug wells and built ponds to supply water. Veer Kunwar Singh dug several wells and also built reservoirs. So we can see what type of personality he was. He was a good-hearted person, also like his father. He had the heart to help the people, serve the people, and so he had done many things for the people of his place and village. Kunwar Singh was a generous and extremely sensitive person. Ibrahim Khan and Khiafat Hussain were in high positions in their army. All the festivals of Hindus and Muslims were celebrated together. They also built schools and maktabs. The popularity of Babu Kuwar Singh was so much that even in many folk languages of Bihar, his praise is still sung as folk songs. The famous poet Manoranjan Prasad Singh of Bihar has written describing his valor and valor. Gone like Amarpur, all Aridal won with courage, seeing his picture even now, the enemies are frightened. Veer Pravani Bhumi blessed we used to sing that blessed past, and we will sing the song of his glory forever. He was a soldier of freedom, a fan of freedom. Everyone says Kuwar Singh too was a great heroic person. So this is all about our lost hero during the revolt of 1857, that is our Babu Veer Kuwar Singh, and I hope you have enjoyed and got some information about our this historical important person. Thank you.